All right, we're going to start with the text portrait, which is day 6 and 7. First thing I'm going to do is you want to go to this Google Drive where you're going to find the images that you took yesterday. Some of you have one choice, some of you have two. Find your image that you want to work with, and then you're going to click the download option. And once you have that going, you can start Inkscape. If you're on one of the laptop MacBooks, you can do Command Space to search for Inkscape and get it started that way. Sometimes the first time it loads, it takes a bit. So just be patient. I will say the one thing with Inkscape is even if you're on your Mac, instead of using Command, CV, those things, it's all Control. So I guess it was created using PC stuff. Anyway, at this point we're going to File and Open. So go get that file that got downloaded. Now it looks like my object is going to be sideways, but that's easy to fix. I can also, right down in the corner here, I can zoom it to something that's, I can see more of it. And I'm going to select, this is the object selection tool, I'm going to select it, and I'm going to rotate it counterclockwise. There. Now this rectangle in the back, it's sort of like a virtual table. It's not really necessary. Remember, this is vector tools, so you can size it, once you're doing stuff, you can size it to really tiny or really big. So I don't like using that, so I go to Document Properties and I turn the page border off. All right, so it should be gone now. Excellent. All right, so we're going to use a few tools here. So I want to click on the Align and Distribute Objects and bring that over here. And I also want to bring over the Edit Object Colors, Gradients, and Arrows. So now we have those two sets of tools over here. And I am going to create a rectangle now. So this is the rectangle tool. I'm going to create a rectangle. Oops. Remember Command Z if you need to get anything away. So I want, there we go. I can select the color here. I want that to be pretty dark. I'm actually going to make it gray. And I need this rectangle to be the exact same size as my image. So I'm just going to put the rectangle, I select it, I'm going to put it over, and I'm going to drag it until it matches. That's great, and now I can drag it over. And again, I can, I'm going to change this to 25% so I can see even more of it. Okay, and the next thing I need to do is go and grab my text that I'm going to put in. So that is back here. You put it into Google Docs, so wherever that is. For me, I put my text in this example here. So I'm going to copy it all, highlight and copy, and paste, copy it, and then go back to Inkscape. And sometimes when you click that, it doesn't go, but I have a file open here. All right, so I'm going to bring my text tool. I'm going to make this even smaller, 15%. There we go. And I'm going to create a place where my text can flow into. So I'm going to paste that in. Now remember, it's Control V when you're on this, even if you're on a Mac. And wow, that's really tiny. So let me make it, that's a little too big. So I might actually want the words to be that small, but I do need a different font that I can do bold. Like I could do this bold. We want it to be as bold as possible, but you can experiment with different fonts to see how you like them. You just want to make sure that there's a bold version of them. Since that one was not as bold, so I think I'm going to go back to one of these other ones. There we go. And the other thing I can do, and I'm going to zoom back in again here, so I can look at this text. I can put the letters closer together. And you can just kind of experiment with what works. Like, you don't want them too close together that it doesn't, you can't read it anymore. And then you can also put the space in between. Oops, that was a big jump, so maybe I just want to do one. Yeah. And sometimes I'm going to have to get rid of spaces that I left there. So at this point, if I'm happy with the text, what I'm going to do is I've got the text selected. I'm going to hold the Shift key down and I'm going to click on this rectangle. Oh, I want to have the, so I'm going to select the text. So I change it to the selection. Shift key, select the rectangle, and then I'm going to go up here and do text, flow into frame. And now you'll see that my text is here. So I obviously need some more text here. I can also turn this text, I want to turn it white. And I'm going to select the text tool again so I can highlight this text. Let's highlight all of it. And I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it. And just keep pasting until I have enough. And any spaces that you see, you want to get rid of those. So this is probably going to take you the most time, is working with this text. And then I am going to center it so there's not these hanging pieces over there. Let me make sure it's selected. There we go. Okay, now I want to align all this up. So I am going to select this image. So I need to go back to the selection tool, select the image, and I want to raise it to the top by clicking on that raise selection to top. And then I want to hold the Shift key and grab the text. So I'm going to hold the Shift key, I'm going to grab the text, and then I'm going to use the align tool. So it's the align center and vertical axis, center and horizontal axis, and then I'm going to do object, mask, set. Ooh, there you go. And now you can adjust the colors as well. So you can adjust the color of the text. You can select the background and adjust the color of that. Oops. Let me get back to the text. Oh, that's really cool. So yeah, so once you have an image that you're happy with, then you want to do File and Export PNG Image. You're going to give it a name over here. That's not a very meaningful name. And click Export. And then you're good to go. Now, sometimes you'll lose your image, you'll do something, and you'll go off. Let's see if I can, I know what, I'm going to raise this up to 100%. So let's say I went down somewhere way over here and I've lost my image. To get it back, you can go to View, Zoom, View, Zoom, and Zoom 1:1. Oops, no, that wasn't it. View, Zoom to drawing. And then you get it back. All right, good luck.